To the Germans, it was the V1. To the English, the doodlebug or buzz bomb. Driven by a jet engine that cut out when fuel was gone, it was controlled by gyro, traveled 400 miles an hour, and carried a ton of explosives. The first flying bomb came in June 1944, and 8,000 more of them followed. In September, the Canadian Army was fighting up the coast of France toward the Pas de Calais. It was from here that the V1 was launched. If the Canadian advance could continue, it would overrun the launching sites and England would be out of range. While the Army fought towards the source, the Air Force intercepted in the sky. Engines boosted, weight reduced, only the fastest fighter planes could match the V1's speed. A single Canadian squadron shot down 82 of them. German held fast to his nest of launching sites, but the Canadians kept closing in. On September 7th, the Pas de Calais was cleared, and the buzz bomb was seldom seen again over England. The V1 bases were in Canadian hands, but the Germans were ready with one last secret weapon. V2, the 13.5-ton rocket. It climbed 70 miles above the Earth and descended at 3,600 miles an hour. They would come until the closing days, but they were too few and too late. The Canadians scarcely paused as they moved swiftly north on the left flank of the Allied armies. They were in Belgium now, and the British, to their right, had reached the capital. Brussels to the British, Paris to the French and the Americans, but no great city stood in the path of the Canadians. They plugged along through towns and villages, and some called them the Cinderella Army. They were passing now close to the battleground of their fathers 30 years before, to the fields of Flanders and Vimy Ridge. Harry Crerar had been a major then, and now he was the general. And he had a job for his army. The great Allied problem was supply. They needed ports, and the Canadians moved toward Boulogne. 690 bombers opened the battle. On the outskirts of Boulogne, Canadian spotters signaled to the British, waiting on the Dover coast behind 15-inch guns. Under this cover, the Canadians fought their way into the port. Boulogne fell after 6 days. Brigadier Rocky Rockingham could report nearly 10,000 Germans were prisoner. Among the captured was the commandant of Boulogne, little Lieutenant General Ferdinand Heim. He had destroyed much of the port facilities before surrendering. In addition to the little general, the Canadians had taken the tallest man in the German army and the great guns of Boulogne. The war had been long. The High Command decided on a dramatic strike. While ground troops advanced steadily, Montgomery would drop a British airborne division over the lower Rhine and seize a bridgehead at Arnhem. Montgomery had hoped to lay a carpet of airborne troops for the advancing armies. The enemy was too strong. The bridgehead was cut to pieces. With it went hope for victory in '44. Supply was now the single overriding problem. Eisenhower needed ports desperately, and they were being denied.
When the German port strategy became apparent, we had to move swiftly to counteract his plan. We captured Cherbourg in a mighty rush, but he hung on to other harbors, and when he couldn't do that, he destroyed them. That was the story at Brest, at the channel ports of Calais, won by the Canadians, Le Havre, captured by the British, Dieppe and Boulogne, Canadians. We just didn't have enough working ports, that's all.
One great port had been captured intact. It had the facilities to handle supplies for all the Allied armies. But no ships came into Antwerp.